Welcome to In Her Shoes. I'm Tiffany Dowling, and I want to introduce Jennifer Hodges sitting in today for Shelley Davis-Melock. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
You know, it's interesting because we're going to be talking a little bit about talent today, and I think that Mid-Michigan has an enormous amount of talented people. And I have to say that I love this area. And I'm from the Detroit area, and they're great too. But I have this love affair with Lansing, and I think it's because of so many great people being here.
There are great people here in the Lansing area. There's always something to do, thanks to all the local talent that we have here.
It's true. And you're a transplant as well. You've been here, you moved from...
From North Carolina in 1998.
Yeah, so you love it here.
I love it. Like I said, there's always something to do.
There's, days when she might want to head back, but winter, 3 feet
I love
snow.
the winters. I think they're wonderful.
That's funny. I think that one of the things that is really interesting about this area is, number one, in the Lansing area, we always focus on sports. Like, kids' sports is always in the news. And I think that that has it's because of the amazing coaches and all of the people who support, from a media standpoint, all of the different sporting events. So you can get it in the newspaper, you can get it on TV, and I have to say that I have never seen anything like that in any area that I've ever lived in. Lansing really comes out to support their kids in the sporting arenas.
And your son, he is quite the golfer.
Yes, he is. He's my little golfer. I love to watch the kids play. It's great. Even like football, basketball, to go out and watch the high school sports is really just a treat. And I think that it's that, my team is Holt High School, go Rams. But all of the schools, Okemos, East Lansing, they all have great teams, and I think that that's a testament to the parents' involvement, the great coaches, and like I said, the media people. Like, you have the Tim Stouts of the world, all of those people who are really kind of raising the profile of the sports activities in the community. In addition, plays. I think it's kind of fun to watch, the community theater here. And one of the people that I like to really point out is Evan Pincinalt, who's also a transplant. He's from Boston, and we are so lucky to have him in our community. Not only is he an anchor on one of the morning networks, but he is a great singer and a very, very talented actor. And so I love to watch him. Anytime he's at an event,
Absolutely.
I love to go and
he's
see
so
him.
much fun. And we are so lucky as well, speaking of plays, to actually have the Wharton Center here in the Lansing area.
Absolutely.
They bring the best shows to the area, which is very nice to have.
Oh my gosh, it's great to have the wonderful Broadway stuff, but they even have, great music. They have the orchestra plays there. Just so many options. It's wonderful. So if you have not spent any time in local theaters or, at the Wharton Center, then you are missing out on an amazingly talented group of people who are giving us just wonderful stuff to see.
Absolutely.
In
so
fact,
many nice. I know you've had one of your past guests has been Phil Denny.
Yes.
He's one of course, my favorites. And he's just wonderful to listen to watch. He's just amazing.
He is. And in fact, he's great. He's very giving. So he goes out. We had the CAWLM Lady Classic, and we had some of those very talented folks come out and help the lady golfers be caddies, and Phil Denny, Evan Pincinalt, Jason Colthorpe, and a lot of Chris Holman. A lot of very talented people came out and really supported a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking with
Autumn Luciano,
yes,
founder of Decadence Dolls.
And we are going to be doing belly dancing. You're not going to want to miss that. That is going to be a crazy, crazy event. So stay with us. In Her Shoes will return right after these messages. Welcome back to In Her Shoes. We're talking all about talent today, and we're going to have a conversation with Autumn Luciano. She is the owner of Decadence Dolls. Very fun name, I love it. And then we're going to be having conversations with others in the community, including
Azziza.
Oh, nice. She cannot wait to do the belly dancing segment. I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little hesitant. And then we're also going to have local celeb Don Middlebrook, who is a great singer, with us today. So let's get started, though, with our first guest, Autumn Luciano. Autumn, thank you so much for being with us today.
It's my pleasure.
So you look so adorable.
Thank you.
I am dying to know how you ended up getting into photography.
Well, I kind of started young. I was going to film school, and my mother was encouraging me more to take the photography route. So
you, I'm sorry to interrupt, so you listen to your mother?
Yeah, I do.
It happens.
She knows best.
Who knew?
So I was just doing a lot of the film stuff, and then I decided to take a different route with it. I didn't really know if I would have too much of a future in it, so I just started doing photography on the side. I was working in a department store studio for a while, and I decided it was just time to like break out and do it on my own.
Okay, so that's really exciting. So tell us a little bit about what Decadence Dolls is.
Decadence Dolls is it was just a small branch of my company. I was doing family portraits and kids portraits and weddings and all that fun stuff. And I just decided to do some vintage pinup portraits of my friends. And it kind of just took off and spiraled. I put the photos online and people wanted to hire me to do it. So I started collecting more and more of the clothes and the props and learning how to do the hair and makeup a little bit, but also bringing in one of my friends who does the hair and makeup really well.
That's really great.
And so you do vintage photography.
I do. Besides the pinup, which is great, for gifts for your husband or your significant other, or just a gift for yourself. It's very empowering and fun to do. I also do like vintage children's portraits, vintage families, couples. And I supply everything. I mean, when the women come, they get their hair and makeup done by a professional. They get the costuming done. I have a whole room filled with clothes and shoes and all kinds of fun stuff. And
how long does that take?
It takes about, well, it depends on the package. There's different packages that they can pick from. But for hair and makeup, it's maybe an hour. And then like maybe an hour for the shoot. It's pretty fast because I can direct people. And it's a lot of fun.
For sure.
I would imagine that's a lot of fun. So how has your business changed then over time? Has it grown more in the Decadence Dolls area and less in family portraits, or is there a good balance?
There is a balance there. I'd say the majority of my business is all pinup girls. Like, I was really surprised. I didn't think it would really take off as much as it has, but I'm definitely happy with it because I enjoy doing it and it's a lot of fun, and it just gives me a chance to help women feel beautiful about who they are and themselves, and it's just a good time for everybody, really.
Well, I mean, I think that it's one of those things where you don't think about it, but it sounds so much fun. Do you do group events? Do you have like a group of ladies come in and then they can all do their own
special events on set?
That's great.
Locations, and girls can sign up and do it. Or we'll do holiday themes. We'll do Christmas, Halloween pinups, and then I also offer pinup parties where you can host a party, have your friends sign up, and if you get at least 7 friends to sign up, you get your hair, makeup, and your photos for free. So there's little perks.
And is that something that you go to their house to do?
They come to my house because I've got everything right there. We have a little salon set up and all the clothes ready. So
that's great. Well, we have to go to break, but you'll come back into the next segment. We'll learn a lot more about what's going on with Decadence Dolls and Autumn Luciano when we return. Welcome back to In Her Shoes. I'm Tiffany Dowling. I'm here with Jennifer Hodges, sitting in for Shelley Davis-Milak. We are going to be talking a little more about talent, and Autumn Luciano, owner of Decadence Dolls, is here with us to give us a little more insight into how she does her great work. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So I'm really interested in seeing some of the photography that you do.
I actually have some magazines that I've been published in. That one's actually, that's my cover.
This is very cool.
I've been published in about over 20 magazines now.
This is
That's
great.
excellent.
I think that I wonder how you get your inspiration from, you know, when you decide to put something together like this. Do you just, you know, see a vision, you see someone dressed, and you're like, I definitely think this?
Kind of like that. It depends on the setting. It depends on what kind of music I'm listening to at the time. It depends on what models I have and what costuming I have available to me. But sometimes I just come up with my best ideas, like off the top of my head, like while I'm actually shooting.
Right, and so, you know, obviously when the models come in, you know, some of them are going to be a little shyer, some of them are going to really want to strut their stuff. I mean, you never know. So how do you determine where they want to go with their shoot?
There's different, I pretty much ask them if they want to do the more wholesome, like cheesecake, cutesy kind of pinup, or if they want to do more of the sexy, saucy, Betty Page kind. You can go either way, and it's perfectly, I mean, pinups all across the board. You can be in any kind of situation, any kind of vintage clothing, and be a pinup girl.
Nice. Very
That's
fun.
great. Which would you do?
I don't know. I think that my husband would really get a kick out of seeing me in a kitchen, because that never happens.
I do have a vintage kitchen set up, and that's one's a good one. You can do photos of you burning cookies or
Very realistic.
baking, or I'm going to have a table set up where you could be, like, even if you wanted to do vintage family photos, you could be serving dinner at the vintage table.
I know we were talking during break about shooting for families as well, and I have a 9-year-old. What would you do for a child?
Well, I have a whole wardrobe for kids. I mean, it's not very big yet. I've been focusing more on the pinup clothes, but I'm starting to expand that. I have vintage toys. It's very cute to get the photos done in the kitchen, or I have backdrops or the vintage living room of them just playing and having fun, and grandparents love them. And you can do mommy and me pictures too, where you are all done up, all pretty, like a little housewife, and then, you know, reading your child a story, or just doing cooking things in the kitchen, all that fun stuff.
That would be really great. And Christmas cards and things are coming, so you could get your photos back before.
Yes, definitely. And I do have a vintage Christmas tree set up.
Fun.
Oh, see, all set.
There you go. Now, we know that you do some things for charity as well, and you have this amazing calendar. Tell us about it.
Pinups Love Pussycats is a calendar I started with a friend of mine for Mid-Michigan Cat Rescue. 100% of the proceeds goes towards helping homeless kittens, and they're a nonprofit, no-kill shelter, which is very important to me. And I am a huge cat fan. I'm a cat fan too. I have 5 cats, and I love them to death.
We have 2.
I'm glad you're helping cats. I'm not a cat person myself, but I think it's great.
You have
I have
allergy
animals
pills for that.
I have animals, and so anyone who's helping an animal cause is near and dear to my heart.
And how can people get this calendar?
Well, you can go to facebook.com/PULPC. That will have any other information, because we're changing where we're selling it online.
Okay.
But you can,
This year's calendar should be available in about a month.
Okay. Perfect for good Christmas gifts.
next year's calendar.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And so if people are wanting to get a session with you or see more of your photos, can you get them someplace online?
Yeah, they can go to decadencedolls.com or autumnluciano.com. It takes you to the same website, and they can pick any package they like. I have pinup packages, family packages, kid packages.
Perfect.
And see lots of examples of my work.
That's great. Thank you so much for being with us. We have to go to break, and we will be back with our next guest after we return. That is so wonderful. I love it. That is super. Welcome back to In Her Shoes. We are talking about talent today, and I must say I'm really excited to talk with Azziza Salem. She's the owner of Belly D out of Fenton, and she is going to talk to us about how belly dancing is great for physical fitness.
Making the trend for
Yes.
exercising.
Thanks for being here with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about how you ended up getting into belly dancing in the first place.
I was searching for a fun way to exercise.
Nice.
I love to eat. I love food. So I had to find a fun way to exercise. And I saw a belly dancer at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. And I thought, well, gee, that looks like a fun way to exercise. And I sought out a teacher. And I found one on Long Island in New York where I grew up. And I fell in love with the art form immediately. And 17 years later, here I am, still loving it.
That's great. So does that mean that you hold classes and teach others now?
I teach classes at Genesis Athletic Club in Grand Blanc, and I teach at the Yoga Loft downtown Flint. And I just produced my first belly dance fitness called Belly D Fitness
That's really
DVD.
great.
And she's going to be teaching us.
I know. Well, that's a whole other, wow. You're going to have your work cut out for you,
For sure.
obviously. Well, I'm curious, is it a difficult thing to learn? Because obviously...
There are layers of learning. You start with the hips and the feet, and then you can add the hands and the shimmies on top of that. So it's a continuous learning experience. I'm still learning, and I've been doing it for 17 years.
How
That's great,
long is
though.
one workout?
I do an hour routine.
Okay.
Okay, so if someone was really interested in getting involved in this, what are kind of the first steps that they should maybe think about? Like, okay, I'm going to try this out. What do they need?
They need to listen to the music. I do it to pop music and feel the rhythm and breathe and bend the knees and tuck the pelvis. Those are the most important things you have to start out with.
You have to think about all those at the same time because I might be in trouble.
And they probably need her DVD as well, right?
It's very helpful.
They probably need your DVD as well, correct?
Yes, yes.
So where can they get the DVD?
On Amazon.com, search Belly D, BELLYDI, Fitness with Azziza, AZZIZA. You can also find it on bellyd.com.
Let's hold it up.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes,
you.
that's really cool. So you obviously know what you're doing. Do you ever, go to parties or, are you the entertainment at various things?
I'm still performing at parties,
really cool.
Arabic weddings and celebrity
Great.
parties.
Nice.
I danced at Puff Daddy's house in the Hamptons for 2 consecutive years. I have danced for celebrities such as Jennifer Lopez and Cameron Diaz and
That's
Kirsten
really
Dunst.
cool. That's very fun. Well, when we return, we are going to be talking a little belly dancing. Actually, we're not going to be talking about it. We're actually going to be doing it.
Hold in the pelvic.
Well,
Tuck the pelvis.
tuck the pelvis. Tuck the pelvis. Well, that'll be great. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this. Oh boy. That's going to be fun.
Welcome back to In Her Shoes. What you've been waiting for, we are going to do a little belly dancing. So I want to welcome Azziza Salim back, and she is going to teach Jennifer and I a few moves, how to get our blood pumping and using our hips, I think. So stay tuned. All right, you let us know here.
We're going to step on the right foot, put the weight on the right foot, and the left foot is on the toe. And we're going to do some snake arms. And then we're going to lift the back leg and squeeze, then bend. And switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. And 4. Switch sides. 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Lift, bend, and switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready. Step leg. 6, 7, 8. Opposite hand and hip. That's great. Get ready to sway the hips and hands overhead and down. Scoot back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Up to the left. 4, 3, 2, and down. Scoot back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. In and through and up and back. In, out, and back. From the beginning.
Oh dear.
4, 3, 2, 1, 4. And bend for 4, 3, 2, and switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. And 4. And switch, and 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. And switch, front leg bend. 4, 3, 2, get ready to step lift. 7, 8.
I feel like I got this one.
Beautiful. Good job. Opposite hand. With the hip. Opposite hip. Hands overhead. Way to the right. And down. 4, 3, 2, and back. 8, 7, 6. Up to the left. And down.
Are you guys making fun of
Now
us?
left hand. In and through and up and back. In and through and
This
up.
works it.
I'm telling you, right? Works everything, doesn't it? You feeling it?
Feeling it. Oh, I felt it about when we started.
Here we go. On the toes.
There we
Running
go.
step shimmy. And twist. Now twist.
We would have
Like a
to
washing
be great to do
machine.
this. You know, I really am feeling it a lot in the arms. It's a great core workout.
Now sway the hands. Scoot back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. In and through and up and back. All right, get ready.
Nice. Thank you for watching us get busy with our belly dancing. Stay tuned. We'll have the rest of the show when we get back. Welcome back to In Her Shoes. We're talking about talent this week. So it would be really, really bad of us not to have this conversation without talking to Don Middlebrook. Don is a local celeb in his own right. Don, thanks for being with us.
I love it.
So your music career has spanned a few years.
I've been at it for a while, yes.
So tell us a little bit about how you got into music.
Well, it started college, and I suppose, in quoting one of the guys that I like to play some of his music, Jimmy Buffett, I actually took up a guitar to not get tackled on the football field and meet girls.
I understand.
And how am I doing today, huh?
You're doing great.
Still, after all these years.
There we go.
Great. I hear you have been making your way around doing lots of tours.
Always, I have found that following the sun with the style of music I do is always advantageous for not just my customers, but for me.
Right.
As some people tell me, they go, if I didn't even like your music, I like to go where you go.
There you go. So what are your shows like?
Shows are always fun. It's involving the people. It's not about me, it's about them. I try to get people involved as much as possible. Okay. I think I've written probably 30 songs about actual characters that are part of my life because they're in the crowd. I just worked on a song called Tailgater Gary, this guy that hires me.
Well, there you go.
To play tailgate parties at Michigan State. And I laughed the day he couldn't bring his wife and kids because his tailgate was so full of grills, TVs, coolers.
Wow.
Classic example of a guy that needs a song written about him because he's a piece of work.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's really great. I think that it's very interesting. Not only do you love to play, but you love to write the music as well.
I do love it.
And so you do a little bit of the stuff that's already out there, so the Jimmy Buffett songs and some other things, but you also, do you intermingle the two?
Yeah, I'm about 60% original. I've got 6, 7 CDs out.
Great, great.
And I've just finished up a couple of 4 tunes for my trip to Key West.
Right.
So I'm always working.
Well, that's a good thing. Always working. So tell me, how does your, the winter months work for you? Do you come back here? Do you go for months at a time? How does that work?
I'm going to leave October 23rd. I start in Louisville. Then I play Chattanooga. And then I have a place down in Mountain Dora near Orlando. I'm playing there. Cocoa Beach. Then I'm going to Key West for 10 days.
Nice.
Then I'll work my way back. And then around January, I do it again. I've got a gig in New Orleans.
Oh.
I'm hoping to go California and through
That's really fun.
Colorado and show up about April 1st, when you guys will all say, God, the weather's really good.
It's perfect. We need to see
We need
Don.
to hear a little Caribbean music.
That's right.
Yeah.
What is your website?
DonMiddlebrook.net.
And your tour dates and everything are already on that?
There. Yep,
Great.
everything's on there.
So what is life like on the road?
Well, you know, I've got a brand new Jeep. I've got an old beat-up guitar and a cell phone. And
That's all you
I
need.
have friends pretty much all around the tour, so I have a good time. I'm still kind of a kid, and I think if music does one thing, it keeps you young, and that's where I'm going.
That is perfect. So we're going to hear from Don after the break. He's going to sing a little something for us. So stay tuned to In Her Shoes right after these messages.
And welcome back to In Her Shoes.
I want to introduce Don Middlebrook. He's going to be singing Beach Life.
And stay tuned till the end because you don't know where it's going to go.
All right.
I sold my boat, I sold my car, I bought a bike, 6-string guitar. I sold my house back on the mainland, traded it all in for this year-round tan. And this beach life feels just right to me. I heard the forecast, sunny 85. Strumming this guitar, man, I feel alive. The cold beer, not too far from my hands. Singing my heart out, just me and the sand. 'Cause this beach life feels just right. Yeah, this beach life feels just right. You know this beach life feels just right to me. Now wouldn't it be kind of funny if I made a little money writing songs on this brand new Taylor? I take my first royalty check from this guitar strapped around my neck, and I'd buy me an old nasty beat-up Whaler. I'd fix it up, I'd make it shine. We'd go up and down the shore in island time. 'Cause this beach life feels just right. Yeah, this beach life feels just right. Oh, this beach life feels just right to me. Look out. The phone just rang. It's my boss. I'm late for a meeting. He's pretty pissed off. And on line 3, that's my wife. We got a PTA meeting, 7:30 tonight. And this beach life feels just right. Yeah, this beach life feels just right. I said this beach life feels just right, but not tonight. Thank you. And this beach life feels just right. Oh, this beach life feels just...
Financial Facts is sponsored by MSU Federal Credit Union.
You're watching Financial Facts, sponsored by our good friends at MSU FCU. April Clovis is with us. She is the COO running operations here at the credit union. Thanks so much for taking time and being with us.
Appreciate it.
So I want to talk a little bit about, I'm fond of business owners.
We are too.
And that's a good thing. And so you have a little contest. You want to tell us about it?
Absolutely. We've started new this year for us as a startup challenge, and we are hosting a competition contest for people wanting to start up a new business. And it is like maybe all the other competitions you've seen, where it is a pitch competition, and then at the end we'll award the winner $25,000 to start their business.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really great.
We did our research, and what everyone in the industry told us was that was about the amount of money that you needed to get maybe something a little more significant of a business started, and so that's what we decided on.
So what is the timing of this?
Sure. You have until October 5th to submit a paper application that includes your business plan, your idea, your who's a part of your group, and then we will narrow it down to the top 5, and they will present their pitches to a committee of local experts on November 5th.
Okay, so the local experts, some from the credit union and some from the community?
Yes, so we have someone from MSU, someone from LEAP, someone from our organization, and a CPA as well. So.
Oh yeah, CPA. Get
they
your
want to
attorney,
make sure the financials
get your accounting,
right.
all of those things are very, very important.
Yes, make sure you're not stealing someone else's copyrighted idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You get in a lot of trouble.
Right.
So tell me why MSU FCU thinks it's important to support small businesses.
Absolutely. Well, just like everybody else has read, it's the driving force of growing the economy, and certainly it's been making a difference in our local economy. And so that's part of our competition, is you have to locate your business in the Tri-County area. And we think that will help spur growth and retain young people and create a great place for everyone to want to live.
I'm wondering, do you think that there will be a lot of young people who submit for this?
We're hoping so. I mean, we're at a university area, so we're hoping that a lot of people who aren't doing a job that they maybe, not finding a job in something they want, create their own job.
Yeah, I think that that's really great, and it's wonderful that you're supporting small businesses, because obviously startup cash is difficult.
A little hard to come by.
It is a little bit hard to come by, and you also have a loan program that you are putting out there for small business.
Yes. We have $250,000 available to loan as well. So if you're a new business and a startup, you can apply for a loan from that pool of money as well. And as the loans repay, then the money replenishes, and we keep the lending going. So
nice.
It works out really well.
That is great. Well, you've been watching Financial Facts, sponsored by our friends at MSU FCU. Thank you so much, April, for being with us. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
welcome back to In Her Shoes. It's been a great show all about talent. Did you have fun?
I did.
I want to thank you so much for filling in for Shelley
Thank
Davis.
you. I had a great time, and had I not, I would not know how to belly dance now.
Right. Well, aren't we so glad that we are in the know?
Right?
I'm not sure the greater Lansing area is really ready for our belly dancing, but here we go.
What I think would be really fun is to belly dance to Don Middlebrook's newly released song that he just did on the show.
I know, there's so many firsts right here on In Her Shoes. Well, I really loved that song. It was great.
Too.
And I love Don. He always, whenever I go places and he's doing his stuff, it always makes you feel like the whole Caribbean vacation makes me want to, get on a plane and get out of here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
even though we love Lansing.
We do. We do.
We love
but,
it.
Sometimes you have to get away to appreciate what you have going in the local market. So as much as we love to hang out and hear the Caribbean vibe at all the different places, it's great to get out of town as well. And then, obviously, we talked to Autumn Luciano from Decadence Dolls, and I have to be honest, I think that is a really, really fun concept.
I think it's great. I think we definitely should do a girls' party and create our own calendar.
Well, I don't know if we're going to go that far, but I'm certainly
we can give them away as gifts to our friends,
as if they'd want those. But no, I think it's great. No, that she's doing that for charity, of course. But I think that going there and having a great time, having a girls' night out, is definitely something that would be fun to do. Sure. And I'm expecting to see a Christmas card with you and Emma
and all the cats
and the cats.
And if you're interested in her services, you can, of course, go to decadentdolls.com.
Yes, no, it's great. And I think that, what's really fun is there's so many talented people here in our community. We certainly couldn't have fit them in to the show, all of them. But we're really glad that we got to chat with Autumn. And then, of course, my thanks to Azziza for putting up with us during the segment where she had to teach us how to belly dance. And then, of course, I'm super thrilled that Don actually launched his new song to us right here on In Her Shoes. So thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate you watching, and stay tuned next week as we start to do all this fall going on around town. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Go to In Her Shoes Television and like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter at In Her Shoes TV.
Don't forget to visit the In Her Shoes webpage at inhershoestv.com.
Come and take a walk in her shoes.